Fran does the best PowerPoints.
I have fun. Lynn and I are going to be sharing information, and then we'll be asking you information in a little bit. But first, I'm going to share what our mission statement is. For TVIH is a member-based, we know that, volunteer-driven, very much so, nonprofit organization for adults 55 and over who wish to stay active and age in place as long as possible. So this is our mission statement, which will probably be amended when we do our strategic goals, but this is what it is right now. Welcome. And we have new members coming on, Victoria and Jerry and Maria, and Shawn is new. And of course, Michael wasn't there for the last presentation, but we are going to record this so he'll be able to get some more information on what's going on with the board of directors.
And
Today,
Shawn has now joined us.
welcome, Shawn. Good to see
Good
you.
morning. Good morning.
Our agenda today is we just went over our mission. We'll go over our mission and vision. We have our history. I updated a little bit our organizational chart. We'll review purpose, responsibilities. I would like to go over your appendix, and I hope you have your books near you. And then I did ask you to look at some things at the website for a scavenger hunt that we'll ask you about and see if you know where some things are. Okay. So, as I said, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of Howard County seniors to age in place, to socially connect with others, which we do, and to remain active as long as possible.
And can I add that this is our real mission statement? What was actually what Fran had at the very beginning is I think what Fran would like to see is our mission statement coming forward.
Yeah.
And that's a matter of that will go into our strategic planning when we go forward with that.
And Shawn and the rest of you are really good wordsmiths. So that'll be really exciting to see how we can align that. Our vision statement is to provide social and educational activities, support services, which I think Shawn is reinforcing a lot right now, and opportunities to serve the community. We would like to be encouraging governing agencies to make appropriate, inclusive decisions regarding senior needs for the betterment of our community. And I see us going there. And thank you, Shawn, for helping us get there. We are going to share just a smidgen about our history. And I'll start off the first half and then you do the second. Mary McGraw was the founder of the village, and she had our first public meeting in 2012. In 2013, our village name was created along with another mission statement. Then they had the articles of incorporation and then the bylaws that I think your group was looking at, Lynn, to make the new ones. In 2014, we received the 501c3 tax exempt status, and they first acquired an office, believe it or not, in Winter Grove. And then our illustrious Club Express website was launched at that year. So we've had them now, what, 12 years. In 2015, they began the wonderful volunteer program for the office and transportation volunteers and established training guidelines under Marie Grunwell. They began enrolling members for associate and full service categories, and they created the thing we have now, sneakers and coffee, which is still going on. They had more tours then, but now Julie is getting tours. They had loads of dinners and walks, and travel talk started then. And guys, the annual picnic, okay? The full members started to receive services at that point in time. And then the current office at Stevens Forest Community Center was in 2016. Miss Lynn, your turn.
So in 2017, Circle of Care Services was begun for full members. And what Circle of Care is providing services to our full service members who, for instance, have gone to the hospital, had a procedure or some kind of stay at the hospital. And when they come home, they're not quite ready to assume all the duties of household maintenance. So we will go in and prepare a meal for them, or we will do their laundry, or we'll wash dishes and things like that. Make the bed if it needs to be made. It lasts about a week or two, and so it's very short term. So that's what Circle of Care services are. The Healthy Aging Work Group, which is no longer in existence, was started in 2018. It was an advocacy kind of a program related to the hospital to work with the hospital to increase the awareness of seniors in the community, and also I think long wait times at the hospital. I believe there was some work being done on that.
And at the meeting that we were with Shawn, the wine and dine, Judy Goldfarb said, in the future, she would like to have that redone. She's a retired nurse and was the leader of that for many, many, many years and did a super job. So hopefully, when she was ready, we'll redo that again. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so in 2019, tech training programs were established for smartphone use and websites, and of course, we know the challenges that we all face when we are moving into the tech age and trying to acclimate to every new thing that comes down the pike. And Joy does a lot of that. And you know, Joy Chung, she does a lot of this tech training, and I think Mark is helping with that now too. Mark Toohey. Between 2020 and 2023, we're dealing with COVID pandemic, and a Zoom count was established, and we're still using it. It's in good health. Good Morning Howard program and PODS programming was developed at that point so that we could keep our members together and feel this sense of togetherness and camaraderie. Grants were received from Collard and Community Foundation of Howard County during that time as well. In 2024, we were chosen by the Accelerator program. We're still part of that program. We have, after this year, we have one more year in it. It has provided an amazing amount of help to us in moving forward from being an operational board to being a governance board, and also to now have our executive director in place. Even though he's part-time, I believe we'll be able to keep him. And we received a second grant from Collard. Okay. And that's, you can go forward.
Okay. Lynn, we'd like to discuss right now, 2025, the highlights and accomplishments. You do the first two sections and I'll do the last. Go ahead.
Okay. So in 2025, we established that we were going to be going forward as a governance board. It was dictated by the Accelerator program, and we were really very forceful, a few of us anyway, were very forceful about going forward as a governance board. So we started a recruiting process. We created job descriptions. We created this manual and this orientation. We also saw increased financial stability. And when I came onto the board, they asked me to be the treasurer, and there was a lot of turmoil with money, and so we stabilized that. We created a realistic budget, which was really a big deal for me. I never created a budget in my life. We hired an accountant. We did not have an accountant. We had a bookkeeper, and that was not what I saw as really a professional way of dealing with things. We converted memberships. People were paying memberships around the clock, around the calendar, and I converted that so that everybody pays their membership in January, and they get prorated for people joining during the year. But then everybody pays in January, which I find that's where it's a time of year where we need an influx of revenue, so that everything comes in at the same time, hopefully. And we were accepted by the Accelerator cohort. Then
my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead, Fran. Sorry.
Okay. I felt 6 years ago we really needed to increase community visibility. So I sat down with all the committee chairs for a year, going back and forth about how can we update this website, et cetera, et cetera. And when you have too many people on a committee, it was crazy. So finally, Harry Glass helped me, and he's like, we do it this way because he had done websites, and we got our first website updated with the help of Club Express, and it really looked good. But then, wonderfully, Kristin came around a couple years after that, and she really knew what she was doing, and she helped redesign even from what Club Express had. So I'm very excited about what our website is, and it keeps changing. And Kristin made it what I call idiot-proof. So if we have to change something, you just do the same directions. So that's exciting. And now Julie is learning how to do that also, and a couple other people, and Mark, et cetera. The other thing is we had a one-page newsletter that just told the activities. And under Kristin's vision, it was like, no, let's make it a magazine. So not only in this magazine are there our activities, but there are articles, there are sponsor related information. There are things from the activities from the people, the members. They share their information and our pictures. So we've done that. With Kristin again, we expanded and Julie, we expanded our social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Michelle Bloomhagen is doing a great job now on Facebook and really doing a lot of that. And of course, we had our first senior prom event last year, and we have our second one, which is so exciting this year. So we are really connecting. Okay. Lynn?
Okay, so I already talked about this to some extent. So we were an operational board. We were involved in every operational construct of our organization. This is not exactly the way 501c3s are meant to be running. And actually found out that the way our organization was running, the structure of the board was an illegal entity in the state of Maryland. So we had a lot of work to do, and we have, as I've told you already, we converted over to this governing board, which in the state of Maryland, a group of persons that are authorized under state law to make governance decisions on behalf of the organization and its members. That is what a governing board does. So we are no longer, for the most part, involved in the day-to-day operations, and we've been pushing and pushing many of our members on the board who have been involved in the operational element to back off.
Mhm.
So that's where we're going.
Okay. Go ahead, Lynn.
Okay, governing board defined. Okay, governance. So the board governs the organization through authority granted in the articles of incorporation and bylaws. The board sets culture and precedents and appoints the executive committee. And we are going to establish a governance committee here shortly. And I will put out a word for that. I don't know, and I'll take some hints from some of you all with how to set that up, because I think that some of you may have had some experience with that, some of the board members, because we don't want, for the most part, we don't want a whole lot of people out there from the membership. We want some people who understand our board governance to be involved in this, and it shouldn't be a huge committee. Policy and precision development. We're identify need, gather information, draft, consult, review, and develop policies and positions to guide the organization and its members. That's one of our duties. Another is visionary and strategic direction. We set the course for the organization. We develop, adapt, and oversee implementation of a strategic plan, which is our next big job. Our strategic plan, that's what the accelerator program is expecting us to do. And in order to stay in this cohort, that's what they foresee our being able to do, draw up a strategic plan. And this will incorporate our mission and vision. I don't know how many of you, Jerry and Maria, I'm sure Shawn has been involved in a strategic planning exercise?
Just say yay or no. Anybody?
Okay,
I
okay,
have. This is Maria. I have, yeah.
yeah,
Fran
yeah.
has.
I assume that you have. Most of us who have been in any professional organization or professional job has been involved in this kind of an exercise. Fiduciary responsibility. That's another one of our jobs. To ensure organization is well managed and financially sound. We have a duty of care, a duty of loyalty, and a duty of obedience to the organization.
And I would like to share that Lynn has been a big impetus force of getting all these things done this year. I
You
think
don't have to
without
say
her, we
that.
would have not been pushed to do all this. So thank you, Lynn. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Fran. I wouldn't have been able to do it without Fran either, believe me. She's been my buddy and my friend through this whole thing.
Absolutely. Well, this was our board of directors when we did this first orientation in November, and this is it now. So you
Wow,
see,
that's great. Fran, I love what you did there. That's great. I love it.
so we have increased it. So we're very excited about that. Okay,
Is
Lynn.
there now? I don't hope I didn't misquote. There are 11 of us now on the board.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish.
11. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. Now, I updated it, so Lynn hasn't seen this, so Lynn, you can talk to it and correct it if it's wrong, okay? It's similar to what we had before.
So this is our current organizational chart. And this is for the way we see, this is the way that the accelerator program actually helped us to develop this. And we put our own other little touches on it. This is the way they foresee the way we should operate. And as you all know, the finance committee, they're calling it says finance and development here. Oh, shoot.
There's finance committee down low. So they have
Finance committee, the finance committee is just meeting in just a few days, which I'm so excited about. And we have one more committee to establish, and that is our governance committee. That has to come next. So the committees underneath, they're sometimes they are there and sometimes they're a little in flux, but this looks really pretty good. This is really what it's looking like these days. So, yeah. Do you have any questions on that? Anybody have any questions on the way that organizational chart looks? And also, do you have any suggestions in what you've seen maybe on boards and how things are organized? Because that we're looking for input on this as well.
And I do have a question, but before they ask other questions, you see how they had the three main categories: operation and membership, finance development, communications and program. And what we originally set it out to be is Mark would be ahead of those two committees, the volunteer and membership. He would kind of be overseeing that. Lisa would be overseeing finance and fundraising, and I would be overseeing communications and program. Don't know if we're going to continue like that, but that's how we set it up. So that was my question. And now I'm ready for comments. Anybody?
So also we may be able to take some hint from Shawn, because Shawn
Exactly.
has some experience with boards and
Exactly.
how they're function, how they're set up. And he is also getting guidance from Kim Patton from the accelerator committee, accelerator program. So because I don't know anything about that. All I know about is town center board, and I know how town center board is structured, and that's how I got some knowledge here. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop sharing. Anybody have any questions before I share back again, or thoughts?
But that's also going to go ahead. I'm sorry, Maria, you
Oh,
go.
no. I'm sorry, because you may have mentioned this and I missed it. What's the liaison on the chart?
Fran, can you put it back up?
I will. Give me a second. Yep, there we go.
Liaison. Okay,
yeah.
so this is what we thought we would have a board person be a liaison to each committee.
Got it.
Now, I
That
don't know
makes
if that's
sense.
kosher, it's not kosher, but right now that's the way it's sort of happening. I was
I
supposed
see.
to be the liaison to the fundraising committee when I was board president, I guess. like I said, this structure is going to evolve a little bit more. But these three major operations and membership, finance and development, communications and program, I think those are going to stay the same. So we'll see how that jiggles out. And I'm getting guidance myself also from the Athey, who is um, she's the one who doles out the money from Community Foundation of Howard County, and from Lois Mikala, who is the executive director for Association of Community Services. Both of them are really knowledgeable, and they've helped me a great deal in helping with this restructuring too.
Okay, and I also want to share, like, so I do attend, for instance, the Communications and Program Committee. You know, one, I have a program, so that's why I'm also on the program committee. And two, I was still doing the newsletter. So that's what it is now, but I don't know what it'll be in the future. Right.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm happy to hear comment. We're happy to hear how, now that we have all these board members, you don't have to take it down, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, now that we have all these board members too, we have a good deal more ability for people to get involved in things and help to liaise with this structure. So, and we're not finished. We can have 14 board members, so
Okay.
yeah.
Any comments, anybody? Okay, I can't see you, so, all right, I'm gonna go on. All right, if there's no comments. All right, sorry. That was the old one, but again, I just redid it. And I will send you the new copy. Okay, board responsibilities, and you all have been doing this. Attend all monthly, etc. board meetings, and please, if you could notify the executive committee in advance of your absences, that's very helpful. 2, agree to make an annual financial contribution at an amount meaningful to them each fiscal year, meaningful to yourself. 3, assist with fundraising efforts, both monetary and in kind, so helping out with stuff. And 4, serve as an active member of at least one standing TVIH committee or work group. So we do need your involvement with that. Also, assist in planning TVIH activities and actively participate in those activities, including, and you all have been doing this, policies and procedures, reviewing budgets, ensuring financial stability, developing goals and benchmarks. 6, agree to be a resource by contributing your professional perspective, which is very exciting to me that we have so many different people being represented at the board. It's much, much better now. And 7, represent TVIH in the community as an advocate and ambassador of our programs. Jerry, I see you doing that a lot. So thank you very much for that. And I think a lot of us try to do that. And then, of course, our executive director, that's the person who has ultimate responsibility for implementing the decision of the governing board. And thank goodness we have Shawn now. Okay, welcome, Shawn. Okay, Lynn. Paperwork.
Okay, so every year and this is also something that I created when I came on board. Paperwork that needs to be documented. We need to document every year. Sometime in November, I believe, October, everyone will get a letter of intent. That letter of intent says that you have fulfilled a certain amount of time on the board. You have a certain amount of time left if you'd like to stay on, and you would like to do this. I want to stay, I want to go, I'm resigning, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. So that's a letter of intent. What that tells us is, well, this is what we can expect to have in our next board. And do we need to find more people? And are we stable or not? So that's number one. Then when we have the vote to vote the board in and then vote for our officers, once we do that, we will all sign a commitment form and a conflict of interest attestation.
And have you given this to the new people yet?
I have, yep, and they have gotten it back to me in a zip.
Okie dokie, good job.
Yep.
So what we have as our terms of service are, you have a 2-year term and you can serve up to 3 consecutive terms. Now, you all are starting now, but we're gonna really, I think we said, look at their terms starting for January. This is like a beginning term thing. I think that's what we said, right, Lynn? Is that correct?
So this is like an intermediate, not an intermediate, intermediary. What do you call that? A temporary type of appointment. And then when the year starts, you will then start your first 2-year term.
Right.
That's
Okay.
how that will work.
And for
Because the terms are going to begin January 1 until
Right.
December 31st. And that's how I believe the new bylaws are written.
And that's why, since I've had already by December 3 consecutive terms, I'm going to be off the board and be doing other things at that time.
Yeah, it's a real big loss, I have to say.
And I'll work on other things. Don't worry. Maybe then I can be on those committees.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Fran will stay
And you can come
involved.
back in 2 years.
Oh, yeah, right. You already all of you submitted an application and resume, and I have them in the document library. All of you were interviewed, and thank you for accepting the position. Oh, okay. So we have your appendix, and I'm hoping that you looked at it, and if not, I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna do something, escape. And I'm gonna look at the appendix, and if you want to look at it as we think, I'll be fine. Give me a second though. Okay, so open up. In your appendix, let me see if you can see. Can you see this? I gave you what do you call it? Table of contents with it, okay? And then the first thing you have in it, if you haven't looked at it already, it's just an IRA determination letter.
IRS.
IRA.
So this is our original letter that says we are now we now have a tax exempt status. So that was the original. It was done in July of 2014.
Okay, let me go back up now. Hold on. I can do this. Give me a second. This thing is really important, and I never knew where to find the number. But just so you know, that number in your book, that's the one that Lisa was looking up to see that we can use for our tax exempt, that 312-06240. So keep that number, Xerox it, put it in your wallet. So when you do Xerox things or whatever you do, use that. Okay.
Does everyone have a copy of that in their book?
Yep. I gave it
Because
to
I
you.
don't seem to have that in mine.
Second page.
I know I
page
have
is
a
it?
copy. I don't need to get one, but I have a copy.
Job descriptions, as I said to Jerry when he first came on, in your book, I have the job description of what a member at large is. However, on the website, I do have the individual, each person's position. And the way it's organized is the responsibilities of the individual board members, qualifications, and skills and values. So each one of them is set up that way. Okay. So if you have not looked at it, please do. Next comes, sorry, a little slow. Application for a board member, you've already seen that one. You all filled it out. Really appreciate it. That was good. Okay. Annual commitment form, you filled out already. Okay, that you've done. This all looks familiar, everybody. Have you looked at the manual to see what's in there? So I know I never look at the manuals when I get them, and I apologize. A letter of intent. But if you wanted another copy of that, that is there. Okay, and again, Lynn's going to give it to us again in November, you said, right, Lynn?
I think October is when we do it.
October?
I think October, November. I'll have to look back to see when we did it. I can look in the minutes.
Then I got very excited about this because we found it online and adopted it to Howard County, our thing, the whistleblower protection policy. So if you want to be a whistleblower, there are rules and regulations for that. And maybe Maria, being a lawyer, you might know all this stuff. But
I know
thought
whistleblowers, yes.
it was really exciting. I'm a very sick person. Okay. Then, okay, open. Then the organizational chart I already showed you. We're gonna have to update your manuals and I'll give it to you at the meeting. The budget is old, guys, so it just came from 2025, and Lisa has given you much better updated ones. Quarterly financials isn't in there because we didn't have it at the time. I do want you to look at the 2025 donors and sponsors, and we had a lot of them. Now, we don't have the same people now, and we're gonna have to remake stuff for the website and the newsletter, but that's what we're working on. We update it on those places. And almost done with this part of it. Funders, we did that. Perks. You should know that Marian worked very, very hard on getting us people who give us 10% discount, free things. I already used the guy who did IT, and it's in your book and it's on the website. We're going to find it in a bit, but those Marian worked for last year, and I think they're still viable. And fundraising programs and activities. If you don't know, we have at least 50, and it's very exciting. And some of those things are in your book, they're in flux, and we're making more, especially for younger people, which I think is exciting too. Okay. And then the bylaws I did not put in because you are working on them. Okay. So
Well, I want to speak to that a little bit.
Please
Okay.
do.
So the current bylaws, do either of you have the current bylaws, a copy of the current bylaws?
You were going to send it out because Maria gave you the new updates with the word.
No.
Oh, sorry.
The
I believe
current,
that I sent you all the board members, when I originally sent out the bylaws for you to look at, that sent out a copy of the current bylaws. I think it's very important
Yes,
for
the
you all
original.
to know what they are. And if you don't have one, please let me know. I will send you another copy. It's not that hard for me to just send it out in an email.
Do you need
Because they are grossly different from our current bylaws, from the draft of the bylaws that we are proposing. The bylaws that are here really are inadequate. Some things in there don't even belong in there. They are also, I don't know. For instance, we're going to vote on the bylaws coming up because we have to follow our current bylaws in order to vote on the new bylaws. And the way we have to do that is according to the bylaws we currently have in place, which means that the members don't vote on anything, number one, and that we vote to keep the bylaws, to accept the new bylaws. And that's what it says. We've changed that in the updated bylaws to make sure that the membership can vote for the officers of the board. The board members, I can't remember if it's just board member. I think it's the officers of the board. They elect the officers. Okay, thanks, Maria. So Jerry, do you have a copy?
I don't think so, but if they're on the website, I probably
They
I can
are, but
probably
there's
find it.
so
If
many
not, just send me a
different.
copy.
Yeah, let me send you a copy because there's so many like renditions there defined. It's
Okay.
all right. I'll send you one. Okay.
Are you talking about the original one from the get-go, from the beginning? Maria, Lynn?
No, I'm
Okay.
talking about the ones that are current.
Got it.
Our
Okay.
current, the
I understand.
3-4 pages of bylaws that,
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, I wanted to say something about that. I also would like to say, I don't know if we're finished yet. You're
I'm just
finished
gonna
yet
do
or
the
not.
scavenger hunt thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go there,
Mhm.
I would just like to say that this was our first attempt at a board manual. It needs revision.
Mhm.
It needs a update and there needs to be some other things that need to go in it. And I would love to have help on that. And we're going to do that as part also of our strategic planning because it needs to be updated. And there's things that need to go in and some things that need to come out. So just FYI on that.
Okay. All right. Sure.
And are there any questions from anyone about what's in the manual? Do you have suggestions or anything that you wanted to cover or had a question on before we move on? Yeah, Maria.
I just have a couple quick questions. One, and I should know this, but the accelerator program documents, are they online? Because I would really love to look at those. Okay, I'm looking in the document library, and I probably should just search.
We'll look at that. We'll
find it. We'll find it. Okay, great.
Okay.
And then two is, what's the mechanism for volunteering for a community, for not a community, for a committee or in things like that? What's the actual, like, I'd like to be on this committee. How does that work?
Theoretically, on the website, there is a volunteer application form you fill out and give, right? Now, in practice, does it really happen? I don't know. Usually people just say, hey, I want to be on the committee and go on. But we do have a procedure that's on there. And you can either volunteer for being on this volunteer service committee where you help out the full members or do transportation, etc. Or you can be on the committee like communication committee or whatever, program committee. And usually what people do is they show up during that time period.
Oh, okay.
We do have a procedure. We do have an application that we put on the website, and we'll look for that in a minute.
Okay, great.
But since you're a board member, you do not have to fill out an application like that to be a volunteer. Because if you fill out an application, if there are people who are volunteers who are not members of the village.
Okay.
So that's what the application process, I believe, is for. Then people become members, they can do that. But becoming for you to serve on a committee, you wouldn't have to do anything as far as an application. What I would like to say about that is, and I was schooled on this by actually Robin Harris, who has a lot of experience on boards, especially with, I think it's HCAR she was involved in. Usually you're appointed to a committee, from what I understand.
Oh.
You don't just drop into a committee. So you make your desire known to the board, and the board will appoint you to a committee. Yeah, that's how it's done on committees normally.
Wow.
Yeah. An ad hoc committee, from what I understand, is, for instance, the way we formed the bylaws committee was that me, being a board member, put out a notice to the membership and said, hey, I am forming an ad hoc board bylaws committee to review our bylaws. We'd like to have you, people from the membership, apply to that committee. And then people submitted to me. They said, I'd like to be on the committee. I'd like to be on the committee. And that's how that happened. We cannot, according to bylaws, honestly, just willy-nilly. People get appointed to commit. They're supposed to get appointed to committees. That's how it's supposed to work. We are supposed to appoint the chairs of the committees. That's how it should work. So, and Maria, in your experience, is that the way it does work? It has worked?
I mean, I don't have a whole lot of experience with that necessarily, but that certainly makes sense that there would have to be, a more formal approach, or that there should be a more formal approach. So that certainly seems to make sense to me.
Jerry, do you have any experience in that?
Not really, but I will say the finance committee basically, Lisa sent out a request, as you were saying, asked for replies, and I don't know how she vetted the replies she got.
So in this organization, and what I did too with bylaws, what happened is I got people who I know they have I asked for people who had experience with bylaws on my request for people to show up. I don't know what Lisa did, but people did show up, and I had 2 people show up that all of a sudden didn't show up anymore. They never came, or they came once and realized this was not for them. And then we had our core group. So, Shawn, since you're here, what is your experience with that kind of, or did you have that experience in any of your organizations that you've been dealing with or
Well,
part of?
sorta. So, I mean, it really all depends on how the organization wants to operate, honestly, in my experience. What I've seen work, um, the board having committees, I think it goes back to the function of the committee, the board's operation. The board is not for operations. The board is for governance. So the committee would have something to do with governance. Operations would have would be would fall under more of my purview. And so, but the board has executive oversight over everything. So if there's a need for the board to say, we need to establish this for the sake of the stability of our organization, then the board does that. But generally, I think like instance, the committee you were just speaking about, Lynn, that's a governance committee.
Yeah.
To look at the bylaws, to review. It has to do with how we run the entire organization. Finance has to do with fiduciary responsibility, so it makes sense. But like
Communications.
a prom committee or communications may not be one that the board should be managing or have say over, because I mean technically they have say over everything, but I
Yeah,
think you
but
get
that's
what I mean.
operations.
Yeah. So
Got it.
that's really been the bulk of my experience, but it can look any kind of way you want. The board can say, we have executive oversight over all committee chairs. So while you, executive director, it's like our check and balance. You may manage them, but we say who gets to be a chair. Or the board say, well, we want the people. It's up to the board. And there's no right or wrong way with this particular nuance, I don't think. It just has to do with, how we want it to look.
Got it.
So my only
Yeah.
thing is, once we decide what it is, we need to put it on the website appropriately. That's all I think.
What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand.
We have all that information, like the applications for volunteer or the committee heads. We just want to make sure it looks like what we're doing. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I think I want to address what Maria said. I want to find the things you said you want to find. So let's do that. Let me go to my desktop. Is that okay, Maria? Just tell me what you wanted to find again. What did you want to find?
Well, I was wondering because Lynn was referring to some of the things that the accelerator program was requiring.
Okay.
And so I thought if there's a document out there that explains that, that would be really interesting to see.
So just so you know, once you go on the website, there's a lot of different things in here. And I'm just going to make my one thing of scroll. Please just don't look at the top. There are so many things in the website. Okay. Now, I'm going to go directly to answer your question. If you go from resources and go to document library, okay, and you have these things in the document library, and you go, oh my goodness, there's nothing here, but there is. These little black boxes mean there's lots of stuff underneath there. And if you look under here, under general administration, you see a variety of categories, right? You said you wanted, what did you want first of all? I'm sorry.
Well,
Someone wants to see the accelerator grant.
All right, let me show.
yeah.
I found it a minute ago. Let me go back and find it. Hold on, give me a second. Expand, collapse. Let me collapse again. All right. Information for members, public. Okay.
They're not under public documents.
I just looked at it once. What'd you say?
They're not under public documents.
No.
No.
Okay. Fundraising, finance. Oh my God. Minutes, fundraising. Hold on. Grants. There you go. Grants. Here we go. You said the Foehrkolb Accelerator grant, right? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
great.
All right.
Great.
So you go here, and then you'll look when it says Foehrkolb Accelerator Grant 14. That means there are 14 documents there. Now you have to know, in the old days, it was really difficult to get information to go into the document library. So they have the final proposals, etc. And then these little things are to download, correct?
Yep,
Right.
that's
Does
very
that
cool.
help for that part, right?
Yes.
Okay. And again, when you expand these, then you'll see all this stuff. Just know the black boxes expand different things. Now, the other
Okay,
grant, go
wait a
ahead.
minute, wait a minute. Open the grant up
I did. I
for
just
her.
opened a grant. Oh, open up a grant.
No, no, open the grant up. She wants to know where the grant is because I see all this stuff here. That doesn't mean that you can actually open up the grant.
Oh, open up.
Which one of those? Yeah, open the grant proposal up.
Okay, final OCO. Okay, I'm opening it up. Ready? Boom. Download it. Now, I just download and you have, for my Mac, I don't know what you have. You open up there, hold on, and then that's information that comes as a grant.
Very nice.
Okay,
Great.
all right. Does that help?
Thank you. Yes.
And some of these
we'll look forward
grants,
to reading it.
right, and some of these grants, like they had to fill in the blanks, so it's not like a formal thing that I would look at and say, oh, this is a grant, but just look at those different things. Okay, what was the other thing
So
you
you
said?
might find it, Maria, you might find it in different format. You might have to open up a couple different ones
Right.
Yeah. No, that's
to
great.
get to it.
But
Yeah.
I should have realized it was under grants. That's what
No,
I
it's
was
okay.
poking around
Oh,
in the document
don't say
library.
that. Don't say
No.
that. I mean, it's been, I have to say that Fran and Kristin have done a yeoman's job in trying to reorganize this document library. Because when I first got in this organization, I couldn't figure anything in this, where anything was. So it's not so intuitive in my
I
estimation.
agree. Took me years to figure out what was going on with it. Just so you know, most of the documents, we really need to have date, the year, month, and day before it, so we know when it is. I'm just gonna go what you said, close it up, Francois. Close. Okay, there you go. Board of Directors, I'm just gonna go here so you know where our minutes are. Notice we have the manual, so you can always look at the manual there, the orientation thing, the minutes of 2026 are right here, and the minutes attachments, just so you know. Oh, whoops, wait a minute, minutes. There we go. Here are the different minutes from the different meetings, and you can download them, etc. I'm trying to figure out what to do with all these attachments. It's driving me crazy. I don't know. Okay, what was the second thing you said you wanted, Maria?
No, that's pretty much it. But actually, I'm trying to do this at the same time as you.
Okay, good.
And
Good.
now I'm having trouble.
Okay. You want to share your screen? I'll stop sharing. You can share your screen if you want.
I can try to do
All right,
that. Let me see.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
This might not be because it's not my, okay, hold on.
Yeah. And Jerry, you'd be thinking if there's things that you want to know. And I hope you guys kind of looked at this stuff. Okay.
Right, while you're looking at that, I had a question for Lynn.
Okay. While Maria's looking, go ahead.
Yeah. Lynn?
Yeah.
I know we're starting to do our strategic planning, and part of it's in response to the accelerator requirements. It's like, have they provided any examples of what they consider a good strategic plan?
Oh, no, I don't remember them giving us any kind of a guideline or, a way of doing that. What I'm used to in the past is there's been a consultant who usually runs a strategic planning retreat type of venue. That's what I'm used to.
Okay.
I worked for someone while I was in law school who did exactly that.
Mm-hmm. Who was that, Maria?
This was out in San Francisco.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, and she did it for organizations that were trying to provide housing to homelessness population out there.
Mm.
So it was, all I remember, this was many years ago, probably like 35 years ago. She had these giant Post-it notes that she put, and she'd do a big Post-it and she'd put it up on the wall, and then somebody else had another idea. And so it was quite the process. That was
It's
fun.
quite the process.
It is.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
But I think Kim Patton may provide us with some kind of a structure and or some help with it. And she's the program manager for the accelerator grant.
Great.
And
So
Shawn's working with her, and he might bring stuff from her, but we'll see how that works out.
Okay.
Go ahead, Maria.
Can you see my screen where I have the document library up?
No, but you
Yep.
have to share it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's up right
is
now.
it? Okay, so this is where I just,
Oh, sorry.
Fran, maybe you can help me. I'm just
Sure.
trying to figure out, okay, so I'm in the document library. What's my
Yeah.
first click to get to where we just were with the accelerator? That's where I'm having
Collapse
trouble.
all up the top.
Collapse all. Okay.
Yeah,
Hold it, you're only
Wow.
getting public documents.
Yeah, she's only getting public documents. I think she needs access.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think
that's
she has
why.
right access.
That's
That's
why.
not what
That's
I
why
see.
I was trying to replicate what you were doing, and I'm
go
like,
to
I don't see
general,
this.
go to general,
General. So I would do,
click on general.
where's general?
On the library information, you have the 4 categories to the left of all that download stuff.
Hold
I
on.
don't see what you're talking about.
Look, do you see it says document folders? It says committees and programs, general administration, information for members, public documents. Click on general administration.
I don't
I don't
see
see,
that
I don't see
on
that
my
anywhere.
Why,
Where do you
why is
see
it
that?
on my, it's on my thing.
We're saying that she doesn't have,
Okay, wait a
she
minute.
doesn't have
Oh,
access
oh, maybe that was
as a
mine.
board member.
All right. So
Well, that's
I
okay.
don't see her screen. All right. I would have to see her in person. Because if
Okay.
not, maybe what I have to
So
do is give access.
question, Maria, are you logged in?
Oh, yes.
No, that's
Oh,
probably what
that's
it
what
is.
it is. I'm seeing on my
Because you
screen,
know
I'm
why?
logged out
Top
now.
green
That's
bar.
When I
what it
log
is.
back in, I can see it.
First.
Okay, because you know why? Because I'm technically not a member yet. My application is still pending.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
That's what it is. Okay,
Okay,
thank
that's
you.
why you can't
Mystery
get
solved.
access.
Mystery solved. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Because when I tried to look for you, I couldn't find you.
If you come in as a volunteer member, I think you will have access.
Okay, but in the meantime, my
Another
application is
thing you can
pending,
do.
so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Anything else, Jerry and Maria, anything that you wanted to find? Can I just give one little informational thing? If I can find how to get into this thing here again. Wait, Fran, I'm sorry. Image G Fran Village Howard. Okay. All right. Now share my screen, right? I'll share my screen. I'll just give one overview and then I'll be quiet. Okay. Just so you know, inside, you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right. We have about our village. It tells all sorts of information, and these little things right here will give you more information about the board of directors, about volunteering. So you'll have all sorts of the different ways you can volunteer, and these underlined things will give you the volunteer opportunities that you were talking about, Maria. If you want to be a service volunteer or committee volunteer, okay. Then go back. Okay, volunteer application forms. These are the ones I was talking about because those people who are doing transportation, they do need to be vetted if they're going to be working with our full service people. Okay. Committee, this is what I was talking about, the committee application form, which I really haven't seen anybody do, to be honest with you, even though we have it there, and it's a wonderful thing. Okay. Then, okay, sorry, I got out of it. Sorry. There we go, the village in Howard. Apologize. Becoming a volunteer, again, you can find the information there the same way, go slowly. Membership. Under membership, we have these different drop downs of the membership perks that I talked to you about. They're all there for everyone. The benefits and application forms. And here it tells you the different things if you're an associate member or a full member, what your things are and how much the cost of our membership is. We have an online application and a print application. And if you need income consideration, a support application, people will click on that. Support our donors. You can either donate now or you can see who our donors are throughout the ages. And we have them, and I've been trying to put them up for the years that we've had. We can more than happy change that. Resources. We have our TVIH videos, and these videos that you can see the pictures of are open to the public. as a member, these things like annual meeting, Good Morning Howard, housing series, listen lectures, those are just for members. Again, all the meditation is open to the public. So those are there. Photos. We just had the person doing the personal stylist session. So all the photos of what was going on is there and the different activities. That lady, guess how old she is? Make a guess.
I can't tell because I can't really see her that well.
Oh,
I
I'd
have to
say
see her face.
77.
She's 80, but she looks 60 in person, trust me.
Wow.
She's coming to my table on the prom. So she's
Oh,
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, and she's gonna restyle me, guys. We'll see what happens here. So the podcasts, all the podcasts are here. Okay. So information. The newsletter. Where can you find the newsletter? Here. And we have all the newsletters from the get-go. So you can see what they look like from 2013, or you can see it another way. If you get out of that, there we go. Oh my gosh. All righty. All right. And the calendar. Okay. Now, none of you, or Jerry's the only one I think who signed up for the meeting in June. So your task, people, is to go on the calendar in June and sign up. Do you all know how to sign up for meetings?
I will try that right now.
All right. Now, I hopefully. Here's the in-morning. All right, and remember, it's going to be at Bob Lucido's on Baltimore National Pike. We're not going to be at the office because it's closed. Okay, and it should have a register now, and you should be a non-member, should be able to register. Are you there, Maria?
I am here.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, show me where the registration is.
All right, register now.
Oh, I don't have that box.
You're maybe not there. We don't have your option for you because you're a non-member right now.
Okay.
So,
All right, I have to reach out to Kim and see where I'm at with
so
that.
if I'm going to be an active member, I put +1 and I register and sign up myself because I'm Fran Dummett. And then next, and then I'll complete my registration.
All right.
Okay, but we have
So
to.
you can sign up somebody else too. It looks like you can do
Yeah.
that too, right?
But I have to make sure, I have to get Maria in there. So Maria, we have to make sure you get into send me your information so I can at least put you in a non-member database right now. Okay.
Oh, okay, great.
All right, because I want you in there. All right, any questions?
This was really helpful. Thank you so much for your time and walking us through this. This is really great.
Okay, and Jerry, you're good too?
I'm good. I was playing around with it. Found out there were multiple ways to get in certain things.
Right, play around, and if you find some things, we can help you figure out where things are. And if you don't have access, there's certain ways I can give access to people too, if you don't have all the different categories. Okay, Maria?
I think I've got them all. I think
You do?
Your screen you showed looks like what I see once I remember to log in.
Okay, yeah. Big thing is log in, folks. Okay, all right. All righty. We want to thank you very much for coming. And it's 11:04, so we did it almost, like an hour. Hey, we did it well. And
Well
welcome
done.
to the board. We are very excited to have all of you. Yep. Thanks, Shawn. Don't know how to do what he did, but very good. Okay, guys, have a good one. We'll see you.
Thank you, Fran. Thanks, Lynn.
Yes,
Thank
I'll
you.
see you
Thank you all
guys.
for coming.
And
Okay.
Shawn,
Have a good weekend.
that silent auction thing is amazing that you.
It's taking off too. Haven't you seen? Are you seeing it? It's really
I
taking
haven't
off.
seen how for people to do it, but I love the visual. It was wonderful. So, have you seen it, Jerry? Have you seen it?
I've seen it, and I'm looking to see. Not everything has a bid yet, but
Okay, I haven't looked at it.
Where do you go to? Do you go on the website to look at it?
you can get there from the website. I didn't get in it that way. But if you're at the home screen, I think there's a button you can see about it or something.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, you can click from the website. It'll take you to Zeffy.
Okay.
And it's all on Zeffy. It's all the items and everything's there. So
Okay.
Well, it looks like the only one that doesn't have a bid yet is the Oriole.
Silent auction bid here. Okay, there it is.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all so far. It's all going good. They were donated items, so every little bit counts.
How do you know? Oh, current bid, oh, so it says like current bid 255.
Or it
Current
shouldn't
bid by
be.
Donna
Everything
W.
does have a bid because Mark put it in, but what it was originally it said minimum bid. But
Oh,
everybody has a current bid now.
Yeah,
okay.
and I think in the minimum bid that you have to bid, the increments are like $25, so it makes it a little bit more attainable and not like
So
a
are,
crazy
are
jump.
those the current bids that are on there right now?
That's right.
Should I
Hmm.
Oh,
click on
wow.
this and see what happens? What happens?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all right, and then, so current bid, so I would have
Oh,
to
there's the
bid
bid
more?
history right down there.
Oh, right there.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. That's great.
oh, wow. So you know who you're bidding against? Oh my gosh.
That's the
Yeah, you
fun
should
part.
know.
That's
That's
the
good.
fun
That, yeah,
part.
of course.
Hey,
Oh
Right.
my
when you go
God.
to a place and they do it, with a clipboard, you see the names
You
above you.
can't see it,
Same
right?
thing.
So
Oh
this
my,
will be going on all throughout the event. So we'll have folks kind of getting folks up and at it, um, who are in person. But yeah, should be a good time.
how do you do it in person though, if we have it online?
Oh well, we can do it on our phones.
On a phone.
Oh, you and your phones. Okay, okay, on your phone. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is so cute. All right. And
I
I'm,
wonder, you know what, Shawn? I wonder, can we set up a one computer there to make that happen?
oh, why not? Shawn.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We can maybe an iPad might be a little
Yeah.
easier. Yeah,
Okay.
not a bad
iPad,
idea.
you got the touch
Is that,
screen.
I have two iPads.
yeah, then we can see it.
Sweet.
I could bring it with me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hopping off, guys. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you,
Okay,
Shawn.
Shawn, thank you.
Cool.
See
Oh,
you.
wow.
See ya.
You can see the
Bye-bye.
bids. That's really cool. Okay. All right, so you have to bid more than 210, right? Is that it? Yeah, all right.
I don't know what the minimum increment is.
I thought
Well,
it was
it's like you said,
$25.
It
25
says,
bucks.
I
You
think
see,
it
current
says when
bid
you
is
hit the
210.
bid. No?
Next minimum bid is 235.
Oh,
It's in
yeah.
little print under the
Yeah.
thing there.
I'll see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
okay. $25.
That's cool. That's much better than last year.
I'm telling you, that
Yeah.
that eat out for a week, that's really cheap. My God. You can't go out to eat a meal at any place with tip less than $25 for anything. That includes breakfast. You
My,
can't go
I know you're
anywhere.
going to get lots of people bidding on that as we get closer.
yeah,
Yeah,
my
that's
kids,
great.
they always go out. So, okay, I'm gonna stop now. All right, somehow, I don't
Okay.
know if I added anything here. All right, guys, thank you
Okay,
very much. Good job. See y'all
Thank
later.
excellent.
you.
Bye.
Okay.
Take care, everybody. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
All
Fran.
right.
Yeah, thanks, Lynn.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Stop shooting. Okay. Bye. Oh, and I have to stop recording.